Yeah, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Swag back at it again with another. This time, man, hopefully you guys already saw my legend demigod point guard build that I dropped earlier. This is going to be my lockdown build, specifically made for Pro-Am, a pure lock made for Pro-Am. I got hash locks, I got locks for park, all coming soon, but this one in specific is going to be a pure Pro-Am lockdown. I tested out the 6'6s, 6'7s. I looked at the different heights, even 6'8s, and 6'7s for the pure locks. Again, the pure locks. 6'7s did seem to be the best height. Compared to 2K24, if you guys remember, you always used to go heavyweight because all that really mattered. Excel didn't matter at all on the lockdown because Excel had to do with like speed boosting and like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't really tie into defense at all. But now that they changed acceleration for agility, you guys are going to see that agility does matter a lot for lockdowns because it does tie to a lot of badges. So we're not going to go super heavy. We're going to go with 222 pounds, which as you see does give us that 85 agility, which is for a reason, does serve a purpose. Obviously, we're going to go max wingspan to be, you know what I'm saying, the best defender we can be. Now going straight to the build, we're going to max out our 3. It goes to a 79. Going 78 in specific does give you that set shot specialist, which is kind of like Claymore. Usually in past 2Ks, you would max out your midi to try to get all those extra badges. If you guys remember like Bauer's build and like other Prime builds, a big trend was to get super high midi to unlock bases, to unlock different badges. The only badge that you get for using all those attributes on mid-range and upgrading your mid-range that high is Deadeye on silver instead of bronze. If you want to tweak the build after, you're gonna see after everything we get, if you do want to move some stuff around to have that mid-range, you can do that. But for this build, man, we're not gonna upgrade our mid-range. We're just gonna keep the 3 at a 79 and keep the mid-range at a minimum to a 69. Just because it was expensive to do so, you're gonna see with everything else that we wanted on the build, we just couldn't afford it. For free throw, we're gonna go with the 75. Like I said, this is a Pro-Am build, so you want to be able to shoot decent amount of free throws, nothing too crazy. Now for steal, you guys gotta know we're going 99. We're going 99 steal, 97 perimeter. Now 97 does unlock Hall of Fame Challenger. 99 is for legend. Again, couldn't afford to get 99. But the 99 steal does give you legend glove, legend interceptor, which for a pure lock, what more can you ask for? That's gonna be your main job, is to play on ball as a pure lock. The stuff that people were saying that I did see a lot of people who went to community day and through the gameplay videos, I'm pretty sure you guys probably saw it as well. They were saying that a lot of the steals this year are bump steals, and they didn't really necessarily see a lot of like on-ball pluck animations. To be fair, a lot of the people that we played with in the Play Now games and in the My Team stuff that people were playing, they don't have legend badges. They didn't have like 99 steal. So it's kind of hard to say if on-ball plucks are still effective. So maybe you don't even need 99. Maybe if you're just running around going for blitz steals all game, like that's a good method as well. But obviously for a pure lock, we're gonna go with the 99 steal for the legend glove. I'm not saying it's a must, but you know what I'm saying? As you saw, we only have silver pick dodger and silver on-ball menace. Now you might be confused, like we have 97 perimeter. Why is pick dodger so low? Why is on-ball menace so low? This is what I was saying about agility on a lock being important. So you actually want to upgrade your agility to an 85 is what you need, which is why we went with 222 pounds. You need an 85 agility for that Hall of Fame pick dodger, and I believe it was 84 for Hall of Fame on-ball pest. You guys already know what pick dodger does. It's a badge that's been through multiple 2Ks, help you get through screens. On-ball menace though, relentless perimeter defender. Not sure exactly what that means. I wish they went a little bit more in depth with the badges, because relentless perimeter defender can mean a lot of things. We don't really know exactly what it does. If it allows you to get more bumps, if you get more cutoffs, if you know what I'm saying. But obviously it's a defensive badge that you're gonna want to have high. So we went with the 85 agility. Being a lockdown, you do want speed, especially again, if you guys saw my guard build. Small guards look like they're back, and small guards are definitely going to be fast. So you want to have that speed to be able to keep up with them. So we're gonna go with the 84 speed. Now strength, we're gonna go with only an 82 strength. Now usually in past 2Ks, people were going like 95 strength and stuff like that. you couldn't really afford to get it. Even if you did have the attributes for it, the only way to get more strength was to upgrade your weight. And then if you upgrade your weight, you lose agility. So you're losing like the perimeter badges, like pick dodger, like on ball menace. So I think badges that's tied to your agility are more important than badges that are tied to strength, like immovable. Even though with an 82 strength, we still get silver immovable. So that's not bad. And then now for block, I vouch for block heavy, whether it's 2-guard builds, guard builds, lock builds. I know you're strictly in prime, you're usually only guarding the perimeter, but having block, especially that 68 for bronze chase down, or this year bronze high flying denier, if it works the same as last year, block does help you with jump contests. So not only helping you in the paint and potentially getting blocks, which you can with only a 68 if it's, like I said, similar to last year, but having that 68 rating and bronze chase down does help you get better jump contests in the perimeter. If you guys remember, if you guys played last year, you would know that someone with like a 25 block won't get as good as a jump, or that would lead to a less of a contest than someone who had block and got like a further lunge on the jump and got better contest. So even if it's a pure lock and you're thinking you're only guarding perimeter, I would still recommend going 68 block just for that high flying denier badge on bronze. Now it does suck that we do have to stop at 68 because paint controller, which is pretty much anchor, you do need a 74 block and a 60 interior. We have the interior, which went up by default, but 74 block, just couldn't afford to get it. If anchor is something you want, for instances like park, which I do have a separate build, lock build strictly for park. So that's why I feel like this year it's going to be, feel like you're going to need multiple different builds to have like a mode for a specific game mode, because a prime, a lock for prime is going to be made different than a lock for park. Like my lock build for park is going to have like block and rebounding and like different aspects to the build that works better in park than in prime. But if you guys are interested in the paint controller or anchor badge, you do need a 74 block for it. So if you want to tweak some things after there to get that, you can. But for me, I only went with the 68 block. Now moving on to the finishing, hopefully standing dunk is similar to last year. As you guys know, in 2K24, standing dunks were super OP, not really only for the jab step, because Bauer, which was our lock last year, he didn't know how to jab step at all, or even meter dunk, standing dunk, to be honest, and he was still really effective in the paint just because on cuts, on hash cuts, backdoor cuts, him getting hit, you would activate a standing dunk a lot of the time. So having high standing is really beneficial. Hopefully it's the same this year. That's what I'm thinking about. Hopefully it carried on to this year where standing dunk is still effective. So we're gonna go with a 75 driving and a 65 standing. Now the difference is now, before last year, you can upgrade your standing and barely have driving dunk on. If you guys remember the lock build from last year, it had like, what was it, like 85 standing dunk and only like a 45 or only like a 50 driving dunk. So the correlation, there was a bigger gap, but just by default, I didn't touch my driving dunk at all. And it's already at a 65 just because it's tied to your standing dunk. So you do have to be cautious of that. That's another thing I was saying of, even though you get more attributes in 2K25, it does seem like, because a lot of things are tied together, you don't really have the ability to use those extra attributes in a way that you would want to use them. Like if it was to me, I would much rather have low driving dunk and maybe max out my midi, but that's not the case. Same thing with post control. Post control is already almost at a 50, just because of the other stuff that we raised. So we were already a 98 overall. If you guys want to maybe add to your mid range, you can do that. You get like a 79 mid range. I know PASAC is super low. Trust me, I wish you can get PASAC, but I feel like this year, pure logs, I don't think they can afford to get PASAC unless you want to have like no finishing at all and just be like can't dunk, can't standing dunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you can fit PASAC because it is kind of expensive. I mean, you could raise it a little bit here and get like 30 something PASAC. But it's not a crazy thing for locks to not have PASAC. If you guys remember in 2K24, a lot of comp locks went out there with 25 PASAC, 30 something PASAC. So you're not really throwing lobs on a lock. You're not really dotting teammates. You're most likely just catch and shoot in the corner. If you don't have the shot, you're resetting a person who's like right next to you for them to reset the point guard. So that is one thing you had to sacrifice, and one thing that is really bad on this build is the pass accuracy. We'll have to see if they change the dynamic of pass accuracy in this 2K. If it's like super sluggish passes that get stolen every single time, then maybe we would have to change the build. But if it's anything like last year with the pass ac, then having low pass ac on the lock isn't anything crazy. But like I said, you can add to the speed if you want, get a little bit extra speed. What I decided to do though, and because it was super cheap, was upgrade my post control. If you guys watch my gameplay breakdown, with the jab step being gone, I feel like post control is really going to be effective this year, because you can't just catch it down there and just jab, 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 go with a standing dunk. Now you'll be able to utilize stuff like post up poet, post powerhouse, which you have a mismatch on you, guard on you, two guard on you. Maybe they don't have that high defense. You can post spin off them. You can back them down, post fade. Post fades might not be that good with the low mid range, but definitely like post spins, drop steps into the standing dunk, which you do have a decently high standing dunk, and it's super cheap. You can decide what to do with these extra attributes. I feel like using it for the post control is the best option, because like I said, it adds to your bag, allows you to be more offensive oriented. But yeah, man, the only thing that's really bad about the build, like I said, is the pass ac. But you got the 99 steal, 97 perimeter, half pick dodger, legend glove, legend interceptor, bronze chase down, high agility, high speed, decent strength, and 82, high standing, still 65 driving, which like I said, I'm always comparing it to last year because that's what we all know, 2K24. 65 did unlock a lot of good packages. The athletic hangs off one, some other good packages that were unlocked at 65. So just the driving dunk itself is pretty good. Standing dunk is not that bad in 75, and then obviously the post control, like I said. If you guys notice though, one thing, and I mentioned this before with like the driving dunk and standing dunk, like your driving dunk going up by default, things like ball handle and speed with ball, which ball handle being a 57 doesn't do anything for me. Speed with ball being 59, that high, doesn't really do anything for me. Like I'm not planning to speed boost or dribble on a lockdown, but I cannot lower it because it's tied to my other attributes that I do need, like my agility, like my speed. You upgrade those things and your speed with ball and ball handle go up by default. So again, it goes back to, yeah, you get more attributes, but you can't really use those attributes like you like. Because if it was for me, I would have super low speed with ball, no ball handle, I'm not gonna dribble, and I'll get more pass accuracy, I'll get more standing dunk, get that mid range or different other aspects you can add to the build. But it kind of sucks that you have to have things so high that you don't use. Another thing is the close shot. Don't really think you can use, like you plan on using close shot on a lock. Maybe with post control you can like drop step and close shot, but usually you wouldn't have close shot that high on a lock build. I threw the rest of my extra attributes on free throw. Like I said, this is a pro-am build, so free throw is going to help you make free throws. But as we go to the shades of, man, we get Ron Artest, OG, and Mikal Bridges, and we get the name 3&D wing. not a really good name. I got some different builds that you guys are going to see later in the future. Like my other lock builds do get some unique names, but for the pure pro-am lock build, 3&D wing is nothing too crazy. I wish it was something else, but that's what we got to deal with. But that's the build. One thing I wanted to do though was, again, like I did on my previous build video, to do the comparison of the 2K25 and the 2K24. Now with this specific build, small forward lockdown, 6'7", 222 pounds. One thing I did notice as well, max wingspan for 6'7" is 7'3" wingspan, while on 2K24 you can get a 7'4" wingspan. I'm not sure if what's the correlation with that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like that. But just to mimic it and copy it correctly, I'm not gonna go max wingspan on 2K24. I'm just gonna go with 7'3" because that is the max wingspan. Unless I just messed up on 2K25 and didn't go max. I don't think I did, but I'm just gonna keep it 7'3" wingspan. Now for the steal, we're gonna copy it exactly. We're gonna go with the 99 steal, 97 perimeter. This, like I said, this lock build is gonna be super similar to the 2K25, unlike if you guys saw my guard, the 5'9" demigod build. It was super, like the 2K24 you couldn't nearly get as much as the 2K25, but with the lock you're gonna see that we follow everything correctly. Stuff I did want to emphasize though, look how when I upgrade my speed on 2K24, my speed with ball does go up a little bit. As you see, like speed with ball and speed has that correlation. So if I want 84 speed on 2K24, I need to have that 34 speed with ball, because if I lower my speed with ball under 34, my speed begins to go down. The difference is with 2K25, once you upgrade your, like if you upgrade your speed with ball and ball handle go up way more than just this little bit. Like my speed with ball only went up a couple ticks. I'm still only in the 30s. Meanwhile, as you can see on the right side, 2K25, my ball handle's a 57, my speed with ball is a 59. So all that is attributes that we're technically wasting, because like I said, we're not doing anything with 59 speed with ball. We're not doing anything with 57 ball handle. So those are that's kind of the difference between the two builders. As you can see, we maxed out, and even on a 6'7", 222, I know, like I said, acceleration and agility are different. But 6'7", 222 pounds, I can only get 78 XL, while on 2K25, you can get 85 agility. So like I said, take that with a grain of salt. They are two different types of attributes. But let's keep following the builder. We're gonna go 79 3, 69 dunk with the 79 free throw again to try to copy it as much as possible. I'm just skipping over the playmaking for now to show you guys why it's such a big factor of how the playmaking goes up by itself on 2K25. And another thing with the standing dunk, I mentioned this before. The standing dunk, I raised it to a 75 like I have on 2K25, but instead of my driving dunk being a 60, my driving dunk was only a 35. Again, I'm raising my driving dunk on 2K24 on purpose to try to copy the builder exactly. But if I wanted a 75 standing without touching driving dunk, my driving dunk could have been a 35. Again, that's what makes the builder so different, is that there's a lot of forced attributes. So we're gonna go with the 65 driving, 77 post control, which if you guys remember, when I was making the 2K25, my post control was almost a 50 before touching anything. Here it was only a 25. Close shot, we're gonna go with 72. Again, I didn't touch close shot on my 2K25. I didn't purposely upgrade my close shot to a 72. It was there by default. Meanwhile, close shot here, by upgrading everything else, my close shot was still only in the 40s or 30s. So that's another big aspect of attributes that going up by itself. So pretty much right now we have almost all the attributes the same except the playmaking. Now we're gonna head into playmaking. We're gonna go with 32 pass hack. But you can see the difference here. Without it affecting your playmaking, without having that extra ball handle, extra speed with ball, you're able to get an extra perimeter. You're able to get a lot more stuff. So technically, yeah, you do have more attributes on 2K25 than in 2K24, but I'm going to repeat myself. It's wasted attributes with the correlation of attributes in certain things. So ball handle, we were only able to get it to a 56, not even a 57. Speed with ball, still only a 34, while in 2K25 it was a 59. And then we're a 99 overall just by throwing the last little bit on free throw. But that's it, man. That's the comparison. It's gonna be, I feel like the best way to utilize the 2K25 builder is upgrading things that are already kind of upgraded, if that makes sense. So that's why I went with the post control, because my post control was already a 50. I'm not gonna do anything with a 50 post control, so why not upgrade it a little bit more for the cheap to get a decent amount of post control like we did in 77. That allows you to get like some post badges and allows you to work in the post. So it's gonna be interesting to see the type of builds people make. But that's the comparison of the 2K24 and 2K25 block build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Type if it's an L build, W build, what we would change, if you like it just how it is. That is the pure Pro-Am lock build. Again, Pro-Am, I do have different versions for Park and for Rec will kind of be like Pro-Am, but I do have hash locks that probably have more 3-ball because you're gonna be shooting at the hash. So I have different variants of lock builds. All build videos dropping throughout this week. Today was the first day that we can drop videos. I already dropped the best guard build, the mini guard. If you guys watched that video, if you haven't already, need to watch it. It's a must-watch video. The best build of all time is that guard. Like that guard build is broken. But if you guys enjoyed the video, man, sub up, hit that like button, and turn notifications on, man. This is just the beginning. I will consistently drop the best videos, best streams, best gameplay, everything, man. So y'all stay tuned. Until next time, though, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. God bless. Peace.